Hi, this is Abdullah Amir from Westminster College, Islamabad, and these are my evaluation questions for the music video project. This is me, and I did my A-level music video project individually. I was the director, editor, cameraman, and the producer for the music video project. This is Amna Umar, the protagonist, the girl who plays the lead role. This is Fatma Amir, the supporting actress, the girl who replaces the protagonist for some scenes as the protagonist sees herself as a delusion. Even her existence is a hallucination, a delusion for her. This is Mariam Amir, the gaffer and the camerawoman. She helped me with the lights and she helped me pick out angles and stuff. So, question number one is, how does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups and issues? So, as we all know, that the main purpose of media is to disseminate information. It is the best medium of communication. It has a wider audience, and in this modern era, media is the most important form of communication. It is the most important platform to raise awareness about stuff. It is to provide entertainment, and like our entire professional commercial world works in media. So mental health is a silent killer. As we all know that mental health is a societal stereotype. People tend to ignore mental health disorders, and talking about them is considered something low, something which is not recognized as much, even though everybody suffers through mental health disorders or issues at some point of their life, but we always choose to ignore them. So that is exactly why I wanted to use my platform to raise awareness about such disorders especially amongst teenagers, my age group, millennials and stuff, and to provide support for the schizophrenia community. Okay, so yeah. So here I have mentioned some symptoms of schizophrenia, which include depression, paranoia, hallucinations, delusion, mania, etc. So most mental health disorders are mostly constituent of these same symptoms, like depression, anxiety, paranoia. Like such symptoms are pretty common in most mental health disorders, because when a person is suffering mentally, they lose the ability to work physically, they lose their mind and stuff like that. So well, this is exactly what I wanted to present in my music video. So yeah, as she's shown to be smoking a cigar, which represents the majority of people suffering through mental health disorders, because there is a lack of moral support and effective treatments for such disorders. So most people start finding escapes like drugs to numb their pain, to shut their mind off, and to get their mindset onto something else. So, well, yeah, this is societal stereotype, and well, this follows the conventions, as most people suffering through mental health disorders mostly end up becoming drug addicts because they need an exercise to numb the pain, etc. Also, this also helps the audience empathize with our protagonist and people with general mental health disorders, and well, this will make them question that why a young youthful girl decided to do drugs and stuff like that. However, she's also shown to have found an escape in playing the violin, because it assists in getting her mind out of the misery. It assists in finding her serenity, her harmony, and to, you know, find peace in her miserable condition. Because people with mental health disorders are generally shown to be terrifying, bedridden, incapable sociopaths in classical movies. But, I wanted to shift the convention a little bit and not follow the stereotype, because people with such disorders are human too. They can practice mindfulness too. They can like instruments too. I showed her suffering, but I also wanted to show her peace, also show the things that bring her tranquility and help calm her distressed soul down. Okay, so overall, there are pretty wide shots of the protagonist. to fully capture the dark atmosphere that reflects her mind. It shows that it's full of melancholy, sadness, and gloominess. On the other hand, there are extreme close ups of the old man, her main delusion, the hallucination she's scared of the most. This was to show him as this creepy, eerie person because the extreme close up shot captures all the details on his face, his teeth, his expressions, his deadly stare. So this was done to, show what is the main reason our protagonist is feeling so lost, so confused, and so terrified. Okay, so I challenge the convention by showing the old man as the antagonist, meanwhile showing the other delusion, the Joker, as a sense of comfort for her, as a support, as a friend, because it's usually the opposite in real life, as the Jokers are shown to be evil and the old men are shown to be pious and the ones that bring harmony or comfort in someone's life. So yeah, the majority of the color grading is set pretty dark and dull. So this was done to fit the narrative of the music video because the overall vibe, schizophrenia, delusion, depression, anxiety, these are all pretty dark and deep stuff because people tend to ignore them. They are considered black. If somebody suffers through some disorders, they are hushed about it. So yeah, I wanted to create that vibe. So the color grading played a main factor in the entire narrative and the ambience of the music video because I wanted to show it as dark and as gloomy as possible. So yeah, the website also followed conventions consisting of all items a website for a music video has. I wanted to show it as a promotional website, so I included tour dates, contact information, upcoming songs, etc. And obviously named the album as The Old Man because the old man is the main antagonist, the delusion that is causing all this anxiety and pain for her. So yeah. Okay, so the digipack was also made black and white. Because it obviously uh, manifests the black, gloomy theme I counted for. As I previously talked about the color grading, it was set dark and dull because I wanted to show melancholy and sadness. So yeah, that's the same case for the digipack. So I'll show you the digipack right now. Okay, so I purposely set it black and white. And well, this is the front cover in which I showed the old man in a black and white contrast. And the creepiest shot of the old man has been taken as the front cover because I wanted to show like how scary that old guy is for our protagonist, how much suffering it is causing to her. You can see like his two teeth look like fangs in here, and it's an overall creepy and eerie shot. So yeah, it's the name of the album, it's the name of the song. So I just wanted to show the antagonist as this really creepy sociopathic person. Yeah. Okay, so this is the back cover. It's the picture of the protagonist, and here are the track names. You can see it's Midnight Run, The Old Man is Dead, Ecstasy, Melancholy, Beautiful Mind. So Midnight Run is like it explains anxiety, it explains paranoia, like somebody's running at midnight. They obviously have some sort of disorder. Beautiful Mind is the movie I was inspired by. Uh, as you know, Russell Crowe plays a schizophrenic person, Professor John Nash, and it shows his struggle as a person and how much his family and wife are affected by it. Melancholy obviously represents the overall aura of the song, the album, the music video. As you know, it's full of sadness, it's full of breakdowns and stuff like that. The Old Man's Dead, which represents the last shot, as she finally believes the old man is dead. Her hallucination is gone, but she's still suffering. She's still crying because her anxiety and her pain is going to remain with her throughout her life. And because this kind of shows that schizophrenic people and people with such disorders need to be treated with sensitivity. They need to be cared for, and there need to be more effective treatments for it. They need to be there needs to be moral support for them. Okay, so ecstasy is the name of a drug. It causes numbness and pain, and well, it's another name of the track for the album. So yeah, this is the CD-ROM, which is obviously the picture of the protagonist because well, she's the main lead role, the girl who's suffering. So I wanted to show her as much as possible because I didn't want to overwhelm the music video with her delusions, but instead show her in most of the parts because you know I wanted her to be the most significant power. So this the back cover is of a voodoo doll, the one the protagonist has a confusing relationship with. So the voodoo doll is sometimes shown to be there for her with the protagonist. She's shown to be caring for her. She's shown to be putting her in her bed for bedtime, and at times she's shown to be scared of the voodoo doll. So, well, this kind of creates that she's unsure of her delusions and her hallucinations. Like at times she would be scared of them. At times she would be friends with them. So, like in my music video, I presented three delusions: the old man, the Joker, and the voodoo doll. So, the old man, she's absolutely terrified of. The Joker, she's friends with, and the voodoo doll, she has a confusing relationship with. Okay, so I purposely made the front cover longer than the back cover because I wanted to represent that the old man has taken over our protagonist. Her hallucination has controlled her mind. So I made purposely made the picture of the old man longer than the protagonist, as he has overwhelmed her with her existence, with his existence. Okay, so how do the elements of your production work together to create a sense of branding? So yeah, my music videos promotional bundle included several Instagram stories, digipack, and the website. Also, I posted a small teaser to make our friends aware that something was coming up. So yeah, I posted several stories on Instagram and some teasers. So I received a lot of replies from my friends. They were curious on what was this about, and like they were asking questions like what's the narrative and stuff like that, and like what's coming up. So this helped me promote my music video and uh, show it as a brand to my friends and family. Okay, so the mise-en-scène of the music video, from editing to camera shots to color grading and the ambience, was set in such a way so the narrative could be presented well, so the audience could get a crystal clear idea on what the actual narrative, what the purpose behind the music video is. And like it would also help in creating awareness about the grave effects schizophrenia has on the person suffering through it. Yeah. Okay, so well, the first Instagram story I posted was titled Schizophrenia Exists, with the picture of the DJ pack to, actually show our cast and crew to the audience and like reflect on the dark and gloomy uh, narrative we have behind our music video and like show that schizophrenia is dark, deep, and untalked about. So yeah, this was reposted several times by my friends, and this also helped me make them aware of the release date and the grave effects that schizophrenia has on the individual. Okay, so I also sent my music video to a mental health professional and asked them to interpret the music video, the narrative behind it, and she replied appears to be schizophrenia. This kind of reassured me that the message, the narrative, came across successfully, and this is an accurate representation of the disorder because I would not want to misrepresent the schizophrenia community and not put them in a stereotypical state, and hence show them as individuals and show their suffering, their happiness, their emotions, and everything combined to show that they are human too, and no one should be discriminated against because of a certain disorder they have. Okay, so when I posted my music video on YouTube, I got a comment from a private channel called Tiki Tiki. It's a bunch of indie filmmakers, journalists, musicians that help low budget, immature indie filmmakers by promoting their product, by giving them feedback, by reviewing them, and even reposting them in their top five lists, which helps reach a wider audience and motivate them to keep struggling and keep striving. So yeah, I got a comment from Tiki Kitty under my music video, and they even reposted my music video under the title Top 5 Music Videos of the Day. So yeah, that was a big deal for me, and it was a great feeling knowing that I've reached a wider audience, and this will also help me promote and distribute my product. So, the main focus of my music video was to show Amna, the protagonist, as a brand herself to reach her age group and have her in the majority of shots to show that she's the one suffering and her story deserves to be heard the most. So, yeah, because the protagonist, I wanted to show her the most because she deserved to have the most screen time because it's her story that we are representing. It's her disorder that needs to be heard the most. So in the website, in the digipack, in the music video, it's full of Amna because well, we wanted to show her suffering, we wanted to show her emotions, we wanted to show what helps her find relief, etc. So this helped us show her as a brand and attract our friends and family. Okay, so now we'll get to evaluation question 3, which is how do your products engage with the audience and how are they distributed as real media text? So the targeted audience for my music video were mostly teenagers, families of people suffering through mental health disorders, and people with a general interest in such disorders. Yeah, so the narrative of the music video is pretty melancholic. It has several breakdowns. She is shown to be antisocial. She is shown to be friends with her delusions. She is shown to be hurt by her delusions. Like she has no relationship with anyone, which kind of reflects on the antisocial lifestyle obscured with people suffering through such disorders. It also helps the audience empathize with the protagonist, and the music video reflects on how difficult it is to cope up with life uh, when one is suffering through such disorders. So yeah, this also helps create more awareness of the subject, helps people sympathize with uh, people that suffer through mental health disorders, and well, this also helps engage the audience. Okay, so the general theme of the music video could be relatable for teenagers. So as we all know that teenage years are the years that kids suffer the most. There are hormonal changes, there are new brain developments, new neurotransmitters that could result into depression, anxiety, stress related stuff. But the teenage community isn't really supportive about mental health disorders and stuff like that, and they are ashamed to talk about depression and anxiety. So yeah, this helps uh, target our audience and like give them a platform to talk about stuff, also engage them, and well, tell them that they're not alone and there are a lot of people that suffer through such disorders, and show them that it isn't impossible to cope up because even though she's suffering so much, she has found relief in playing the violin. She has made friends with the delusions, and like she can feel happiness too. So it's not all negative. There's optimism shown in the music video too, which reflects on the variations of schizophrenia. Okay, so nowadays distribution usually occurs online through websites, promotional ads, teasers, stories, tweets, as the internet has made things readily accessible for everyone. So yeah, so like everybody else, the main focus was to promote my music video as much as I could before actually releasing it. So I made a teaser and posted it on YouTube Web 2.0 and told my friends that through an Instagram story, I informed my friends that the teaser was posted there, told them to check it out, and well, uploaded some BTS footage, boomerangs pictures from our uh, shoot days, so I could intrigue my family and friends, and well, intrigue them enough to check out what this is about, and well, kind of make them aware that I'll be releasing my music video soon. So after releasing it, I also got a lot of feedback, some critique, which is always appreciated, obviously, because actually wanted to know like how do they feel after they watch it, like what's the point of view, what do they think I could improve in, etc., etc. So yeah, with the help of YouTube, Web 2.0, and other social networks, I was able to distribute my product as a real media text. So before posting the video, I also set up a trivia asking people to guess the narrative. This was to kind of engage the audience and make them think about what the actual narrative or the purpose of the music video would be. And like this also helped me educate them, as some of them were unaware about schizophrenia, and well, after watching it, they knew about some symptoms, and I later revealed the symptoms and the narrative to them, explaining what the disorder actually is. So yeah, this helped me create awareness on the subject too. So also, one of her delusions, the Joker, is a huge sensation in teenagers these days due to the release of the classic movie It and the DC villain Joker, which is one of the most famous villains of our time. So yeah, teenagers already have a sensation with Joker. So yeah, I decided to add the Joker as one of her delusion to kind of engage the audience and to uh, so they could check it out and uh, kind of relate to the actual music video. Also, my music video was played in Westminster's Media Fest event on a large SMD screen, and due to proper audio and a big screen, uh, it helped me analyze and it helped my fellow peers analyze what the actual narrative is and the how does everything play out on a large screen, because it's very significant for a music video. Okay, so now we'll get to evaluation question 4. How did you integrate technologies, software, hardware, and online in this project? Software, hardware, and online are all an integral part of any media form. So yeah, I use softwares like Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe Photoshop, which was used to make the Digipack. I also used the YouTube video downloader to download certain sound effects and voiceovers. And well, I couldn't have done it without softwares because editing, nesting, everything was necessary and was a significant part of my music video, because I personally believe that editing makes up 50% of the music video. It helps create the mise-en-scene, the ambience, the nesting, the flow of a certain product. Okay, so and several online softwares like Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram were used to discuss the storyboards, the location, the costume designing of the music video. Online browsing also assisted me in getting an insight on how to proceed further with the music video. I browsed a lot before the actual shoot day to know which proper aperture to set, what the exposure should be, how should the light reflect on somebody, uh, which shot creates the more eerie and creepy effect, and how to you know create an uneasy effect in the audience's mind with negative spacing. Okay, so for hardware, I use my camera, which is a Canon 800D, a tripod, and two lenses, which are the prime lens, 50 mm, and the kit lens, 18 to 55 mm. Okay, so the first day, my tripod wasn't really available with me, and that was the only day we had free. So we decided to shoot without a tripod, and well, I used my cycle to achieve stability in the first shot. This was the DIY technique. And for the second running shot, in which the girl is shown running with the violin and the camera is slowly moving towards her. This was shot on my the window pane of my car, and I tightly grabbed the camera to achieve stability and to avoid jerkness, but also show a little rough handheld movement, to show uneasiness, to show a little bit of anxiousness. And well, this actually played out well because due to the tripod not being available, we were able to show anxiousness and stuff. And this was also the DIY technique. So the websites like YouTube Web 2.0 played a major part in my research and editing phase, as I solved most of my editing queries, my research, my cinematographic questions, uh, what angle to choose, what lighting to choose, etc. And stuff, because I always found helpful videos on there that guided me through the journey of making this music video project. Okay, so Web 2.0 also helped me distribute my product, and blogspot.com helped me keep a track of my data, as I put a blog post as soon as I did something, which helped me compile my data and get an insight on what I'll be doing in the future, and all my data shall be compiled. So this is the website. The backdrop is of the protagonist, and in the front homepage you can see the album and the name of the album. You can play the main song, the song of our music video, which is titled with the front cover, and then you can see the name of our album, and you could obviously send an email. So yeah, then you could go to the tour section, and we'll get the tour dates, which are obviously also given in black and white, because I did not want to change the theme of my website and keep it dull, gloomy, dark, because that's what my digipack, that's what my music video, that's what my blog looks like. So I wanted to keep it a little dark and a little dull, because that's what the basic genre of my music video is. So this shows the upcoming shows and local dates, which are 12th November, 14th November, 16th November, and the locations of the place. So media, you can see that there's a little introduction of the artist, in which you can see that how each of his song has a meaning, a purpose behind it. And if you go down a little, you can see the link to the music video and the teaser. So you can access both of them through the website. And in about, you can also read about our artist, and you can see his nationality, his genre of singing and songwriting, and talking about how this is his second album and how it's breaking all these stereotypes and of the indie pop, and how it has a jazz touch to it, which kind of intrigues the audience further to further explore this genre and check out the artist and check out his music videos. Okay, and in the end, there's some contact information. Yeah, this comes with the backdrop too. So this is the artist's email, the name, it's my number, and you could hit us up, give us your review, give us your feedback, ask something. So it's for that. Drop us a line. Okay, so now I'll get on to the inspirations of my music video. So the main inspiration of my music video would be the movie Beautiful Mind, because This movie basically gave me the idea of what I wanted to account in my music video. After watching A Beautiful Mind and seeing how Professor John Nash suffers, which has been played by Russell Crowe, I was inspired and motivated to show something same and similar in my music video. Mm, And well, that is exactly what I did. We'll watch the trailer a bit now.
Nash was one of the most brilliant minds of his generation. Welcome to Princeton.
This shows that this could be anyone. Anyone could suffer through this disorder, no matter if you're in Preston, no matter what you do, wherever you go. This could affect your life. This could take away your life. And well, if you have enough willpower, you could all even get through it, which is shown in the violin scene, which is shown uh, in the scenes in which she's laughing, because a positive mindset, and you could deal with anything. So the artist I'm most inspired by is has to be Lana Del Rey. She's an indie pop artist, and her music has always had a melancholic and aesthetic vibe to it, which has always inspired and motivated me to make something similar. So yeah, that is exactly where I wanted to go with the dull and aesthetic color grading to kind of show that give it a dull vibe and kind of follow Lana Del Rey's footsteps because she's the main inspiration I have. And well, let's watch the video a little bit now.
So before we go out, what's your address? I'm your national anthem. God, just so handsome. Take me to the Hamptons.
So, all her shots look like they're from the 90s, and there's a very indie indie pop vibe to it, which I really, really love. So yeah, all credit goes to Lana because her music video and her genre, her mindset has really impressed me over the years. Okay, so now we'll get to my actual music video, and I'll explain some shorts to you guys, which is okay, so yeah.
There once was a crooked man, and he went a crooked mile.
So as you can see, there's a little girl in the opening scene, uh, which is with the voiceover. There once was a crooked man with a crooked smile, which shows that the little girl is being haunted by the old man. The old man is controlling her, and there's a pretty melancholic vibe to it. The moon is showing. There's a swing alone, which shows that she feels lonely and is being haunted by her delusions. Then in the starting scene, it starts off with her running, which shows she's kind of escaping. She's running from her thoughts. She's paranoid and running away from her problems. After that, she's shown using the violin. She is shown to be dug deep in playing the violin, as this is her only escape from her hallucinations and her miserable situation. So yeah, she's finding and practicing mindfulness through the violin. You can see her dead stare in the screen, which shows how much she's suffering, and as if this is a cry for help.
There's no room beside me. I'm not looking for romance. Say I'll be here, I'll be here.
This
That's
was
the way.
the shot that was taken through the window pane of my car. We used the car's headlight to kind of, give the dress a glowy effect and keep her face a little hidden because we wanted to show the floral dress running with the uh, violin. So this created a kind of effect that she always has the violin in her hand because that is one thing that helps her escape her misery, that provides buzz for her, and no matter where she's running, she'll carry something that gives her comfort.
Understand all I want, all I want, all I want. 'Cause I don't even know myself.
as you can see now in this picture, in this shot, she is shown to be talking to the Joker. She's laughing with him. They're both wagging their they're both playing with their feet. They are laughing. They're having a good time sitting on the balcony and stuff. So yeah, this shows that she isn't afraid of all her delusions, and she's not always in the same mindset. People with schizophrenia go through different mood swings. They go through different phases in their life, and if they're laughing, that doesn't mean they're okay. It means they can still be in a hallucination. And provide this was to kind of show an insight on both sides of the images of a person suffering through this disorder. Then again, the violence scenes. Okay, so this is the cigar scene, which shows that now she is eternally broken. She feels desolated. She feels lonely, and she has gone to the bad side. She has started doing drugs. She has started smoking. She is hurting herself because she cannot take it anymore. She has no moral support. She has obscured an antisocial lifestyle and is suffering but still fighting, which kind of also engages the audience as it's a motivating factor for them that no matter where you are, at wherever you are, every time, every day isn't the same. You could improve your situation, you could find comfort even when you're suffering the most, and every day isn't the same. Some things will eventually get better or worse.
I can't even understand me. Something that can why
And now you can see that in previous shot she was shown to be scared of the voodoo doll as she was having a breakdown, but now she has her in her hands and kind of playing with her, kind of watching her, staring her, which shows that how mentally confused and puzzled this poor girl is. Now this is a close-up of the old man smoking, which reflects on how creepy and eerie he is and how much he's trying to scare her. There's a close-up shot of him, which which gives an insight on how his face looks, his deadly stare, his wrinkles, and his scary persona.
when I don't even know my
As soon after this shot, immediately she's shown to be get rid of her persecution. She's trying to reach freedom, which shows that she's trying to run away from the old man and she's trying to set herself free from this terrifying delusion. Now, this is a fast and steady compilation to show that how much of a suffering there is, how much mood swings she has, how much time changes for her. She's shown to be caring for the voodoo doll again, which kind of sets an enigma in the audience's mind of what her relationship with the voodoo doll might be.
no one wants to be lonely. But what am I to do when I'll be there?
Okay, so
I'm just trying to be honest.
in this shot, she's looking in the mirror, but she's seeing someone else. She's not seeing her actual face, which kind of reflects on how disturbed she is, and she's even seeing herself as a delusion because of the severity of her condition.
When I'll be there, I'll be there. I know I sound confused, but all I want to know it's free.
Okay, so This shows that her puzzling and confused personality, and how she has written the old man is dead with blood all over the mirror, and she isn't even looking at herself but the old man instead, because that's a delusion that has taken over her entire life. So yeah, this is the name of the song too, so it represents the song obviously. And yeah,
It's raining, it's pouring. The old man
so the
is
music video
snoring.
ends off with a nursery rhyme that shows that she's still a little girl, and that she requires moral support. This kind of creates a lesson for all of us, that we should provide moral support, we should provide support, we should provide effective treatments for people that suffer through such disorders, and be a helping hand for them. This shows that she's still a little girl inside, and how much suffering this disorder has caused her. Okay, so this was my evaluation video for my advanced portfolio project.